Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to have a look at a new class which is coming to Enlisted, which is the Paratrooper class. Now, one thing to note before we get into this, there is a pre-order bundle for some airborne units. We will go through them in the video, but just to say, if you want to purchase them, make sure to use the partner code in the description. You'll get yourself a discount, a 3% discount on the packs themselves, and also at the same time, you will, of course, support the channel. So just as an extra point, make sure to use it if you want to purchase the packs. The Paratrooper class is coming in and it's looking pretty interesting. It won't just be available for premium guys as well, it will eventually be available for everybody. They're giving it some access to some unique mechanics which are not seen in other areas of the game, so hopefully people will enjoy them. Obviously it'll be kind of vulnerable, but interesting to see how this all works. So to start off, you have a pre-order airborne bundle for the invasion of Normandy. Now remember, eventually these guys will be available for every campaign because of the way that they're changing the system on how all of the troops work. So even though this is for the invasion of Normandy, they will be for America and Germany, and then they will be able to be used in different campaigns in the future, especially the German one. But basically, the first set you get here is the M1928A1 Thompson squad. So this airborne squad has access to some pretty cool stuff. Basically 6 paratroopers which are armed with the M1928A1 Thompson, which has a 100-round drum magazine. If you pre-purchase this bundle as well, you get the parachute nickname decorator and also the portrait, which is quite nice. So you have a premium setup of the 6 guys. We'll talk about how their mechanics work in a little bit, but there is a reason why there's a few more of them. On the other side of the setup, you have the Krieghoff FG squad. So these guys are the German ones, and they actually have access to different weapons. They have the Krieghoff FG automatic rifles. There is once again 6 of these guys, so more than your standard squad. This Krieghoff seems to be some form of FG-42, maybe a paratrooper version of the gun, and as you know, the FG-42 is pretty good in the game itself. So you have 2 high-end either assault rifles or some machine guns to look forward to with these 2 packs, and also their unique abilities. We'll get into them now, just to show you what's going to be different about these paratroopers. So the way that the paratroopers are going to work are kind of interesting. It says you choose your own landing point. From the soldier's respawn window, paratroopers will be able to select any landing point in the combat zone, where after confirmation, the transport plane would immediately fly to, and you are already inside. Landing will happen automatically when you reach the specified point, or you can do it at your order, unscheduled. So if you get shot at or something like that, it'll be interesting to see if fighters are able to intercept these things before you hit the ground. There's also a beautiful model of course, the landing craft. Hopefully, we get a few more of them for the nations. You know, the Junkers setups, I'm sure we will as we go along. It says each soldier in the squad is initially armed with a light assault weapon, but that's only up to a successful landing. Along with the squad, there is a supply box dropped from the transport, where your paratroopers can grab as much heavier guns, such as machine guns or anti-tank weapons, or grab an engineering hammer that will allow you to build large caliber stationary machine guns, for example. So basically, as your squad is dropped, it is dropped with a supply box. From the supply box, you can pick up some different stuff. I'm guessing this is going to be interesting. Maybe if you get to a supply box, will you be able to get a preset of your different things, or will it just give you some random stuff that you are able to use? Overall, it does seem like an interesting mechanic, but also at the same time it says premium soldiers of the new class are already waiting for their commanders in the pre-order bundles of the upcoming update. You'll also be able to get paratrooper squads in one of the upcoming events. As we told you in our diary series about the new Enlisted, new content in the game will often appear in simple events, and getting it will be noticeably easier to level up dozens of campaigns. So the new update is coming soon. You can pre-order these bundles to get access to the Airbornes pretty much early before they come out for the general public. And overall, the class looks pretty cool. The only two issues is if there are fighters up, you can't really defend yourself, so you're going to kind of fall out the sky and die. And then the other thing is the simple fact that the mechanic for the good old supply box, it might be a little bit janky if you have to pick exactly what you want every time instead of having some kind of preset setup. The other thing to also think about is you can get mowed down while you're floating down to the ground, so that might also be an issue which a lot of people run into. We'll see how they go. You know, they're coming to Normandy, which, you know, is quite heavily vehicle-focused right now, so I don't know how many C-47s are going to be able to survive, but we'll have to see as it goes on. Overall, it's an interesting mechanic, and one which I'm not surprised we're seeing, but I just hope works well. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Millie Draper, Juan the Panda, Nick R. Kupila, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie B. Young, Peter Grayling, Jerry Provolt, Bareen, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, Derek R., and Lafouche for supporting the channel.